Previously on the Mo Banter podcast. You can't hold my jock, homie. Period. I have helped launch billion-dollar products, e-commerce, apps, DLC that have gone on to break records and rake in billions. And now, the conclusion. This is the QA department NG1 Mythwalker postmortem. Other departments did a similar one for their own departments. We were told to create these, that the leads/managers, or maybe even as a group, would present these to the director group so that we can help improve for the next project, the next game. Couldn't even fucking create this one properly, and these motherfuckers are talking about the next one. So, cool. Just go through it. From day one, the entire QA team considers themselves blessed and grateful to have a job during these trying times in our lives, industry, and country. Outside of the job itself, this has been a very unwelcoming QA environment, mainly coming from the director level and those closely tied to the director level. Others on the team have been very supportive otherwise. I ain't changed what I've been saying. It's literally right here on writing. This is from October of 2024. This made its rounds to everybody. Pain points. Tools needed to complete tasks often delivered late or not at all. What do you mean by that? Here you go. The problems. Devices not shipped in a timely manner. Majority of new hires tested on personal devices for at least 6 months. QA was not provided a stable test environment. And what we mean by that was an actual QA test environment. Now, if you think a QA test environment is not necessary, you have no business in this fucking industry. None whatsoever. Because you don't understand what it takes to make a quality product. Bar none. If you think QA doesn't need its own environment to run their test on, you don't deserve to be in this industry. Tools are consistently outdated. Debug tool on device builds. Our debug tool was accessible through the game itself. You know, you would press certain taps on the screen, menu would pop up, and then you could, level your character up, stuff. Sometimes with all the work that we were doing, the constant pressure to add nonsensical stupidity to the game because it was seen in another game for whatever reason, and all of a sudden we needed to have stuff gets outdated. But it's not the engineer's fault. It's nobody's fault. There simply wasn't a priority added to it. Company-wide testing organized without consulting QA, very constant occurrence. Features needed assigned testers, but vastly short staff. We were at times, especially during launch, we had 4, 5, 6 different features that needed to be tested. I had 2 testers, including myself. Make the math on that one. Right? Make it math on that one. It's not that I don't want to do it. We specifically can't do it. There isn't enough coverage in the day. I was already trying to work 12, 13, 14, 16 hours a day sometimes trying to get ready for this. My testers needed their overtime approved at a higher level than me to get that approved, and it often wasn't. All right, cool. Build stability, often an issue, leading to slowdown in QA work. We touched that too. Problems continued. Intra-department communication about QA tasks can be lacking. Inter-department communication is worse. Non-QA regressing QA bugs off QA's board without informing anybody. So Creator Man had a very, very fucking bad habit of doing this shit. For whatever reason, he wants to fucking cosplay as fucking QA for the entire time I was there, and he was fucking ass at it. And if anybody wants to know who Creator Man is, it's you with the stupid ass beard. The only reason why you were allowed a career in this industry that the way that you've had it is because my PS3 team helped that. They fucking paved the road for you in fucking gold. Because my PS3 team was 3 weeks ahead of submission schedule. Receipts are there. I was approached. My team was approached with zombies. I told my then QA manager, we'll call him Papa Bear, and he knows who he is. I love you, Papa Bear. Hey, what do you think? I looked at him and I told him straight out, money. This is the money right here. If we need something that's going to differentiate us at Treyarch from Infinity Ward, this is the feature. This right here is money. He went on, told some producers, told the supervisor of QA. He even asked me, hey, if you needed to, could you test this in time for a day zero patch? Told him, you give us the time, I guarantee you we can do it. And guess what? My team, I'm not saying they were the only ones responsible for it. Nope, it required some artists to touch up some of the shit that wasn't there. Because when we got it, it was basically just a fucking raw module. Mostly functional, but it was raw. The engineers that had to put in the coding and everything else, but my team handled the QA for that, balanced it, and made sure that we reported all the bugs that can kill that feature. We released it. It was fucking pristine. Your career is based off the hard work that my team committed to and I committed to. The only reason why you fucking have a career the way that you've had it is because of my team. Yeah, you might have created zombies, but my team made sure that that shit did not fucking lack. That shit was a banger. That we reported QA and everything else. And yes, like I said, the artists had to touch it up. The engineers had to fix the bugs. And they were great engineers, great artists over at Treyarch. But if it wasn't for my team being ahead of schedule, that shit never fucking happens. And for you to fucking step on my fucking toes almost the entire fucking 4 years I was at fucking Nat, yeah, fuck you too. To always step on my QA toes every single fucking step, even when we ask you to fucking stop doing it. And if you were going to fucking do it, to provide us actual information, not just stupid fucking ass observations. I saw pink. I saw this. I don't know what I did. So fuck you too. Documentation vastly outdated or non-existent, often without reference for QA to test against. What is this supposed to look like? What is the expectation of this? What exactly is QA supposed to kind of be in the mindset of, like, this is not working correctly, so we can just kind of hone on the focus of testing it? That's all we needed. Requested Apple and Google certification documentation for 2+ years. Request was never investigated and refused several times. When you're going through a certification process, there is a list of checks that, whether it's Apple, Google, Microsoft, Sony, Nintendo, of how they expect games to behave on their marketplace, on their device, however it is that the game is being distributed. There's a checklist of things that it must pass before it's considered certified. Asked for those documentations for over 2 years, up until the point we got fired. Never fucking fulfilled by anybody. Damn, we're going on 2 hours. And if you stuck around, what can I say? I got a lot to say. And this is the last one, so it's going to be like a double. Summary: from milestone 1 to soft launch of our retail release, QA is asked to be present but are never included in the actual planning of any milestone. Instead, QA is often given directives to fulfill right before launch and release of milestones after being ignored on their needs to complete the work required. This has led to milestones that were lucky to stumble to release, which then resulted in no process changes that assisted QA. This cycle was repeated throughout development, and it continued until the very end. Even after being informed that was a fucking problem, nobody seemed to give a fuck. Nobody in the director board said, hey, maybe we should change that shit. We just seen our launch get pushed nearly 2.5 months. Because this is the type of shit that not only affected the QA squad, affected every other team. Because this was the type of shit they would do to everybody. But we had to fucking do it. Because the skin tag on top said, I made promises. Nobody fucking told you to make promises on shit you didn't know how to fucking do. That's a you problem. And the solution, again, just providing some intake on what could help us do our job. The solution is out of QA's hands. Either QA will be accepted as part of the process to add cohesiveness to all the work that needs to be completed prior to a milestone releases or on site, or the cycle will continue. Actionable items: provide equipment in a reasonable time frame, listen to pain points instead of dismissing them, allow QA to execute their skills and processes, support QA efforts. I think that all sounds pretty fucking reasonable. I think so. But goes on to our second part, the disrespect that we encounter there. Problems: QA has no career progression. Side comments, and what I mean by no QA, by no progression is, so I was the lead and I got paid. Cool. Once producer man left, again, I was told I was a QA manager. I was taking over time card approvals. I was taking care of PTO requests. I was taking care of managerial duties. And when my team needed me to fight for them for their health benefits, I was the QA manager that they contacted. Not the new guy that was fucking hired that apparently was in charge of 3 other teams besides QAs. He wasn't there. He was what we like to call a delegator. He didn't do shit the entire time he was there. He got 3 weeks of fucking PTO and didn't do shit. Didn't help us launch, nothing. Side comments during stand-up and other meetings often question what QA is doing or does. Leadership dictates to QA what must be done instead of asking how it can be done. QA is often pulled from task to task because directors set priorities on X task. Often asked for opinions and often ignored. Test plans created, and the test plan I mentioned here was that nasty Excel sheet that was a test plan, which is why I put that shit in quotes. Created without consulting QA. QA's time is never accounted for. Development cycles never accounted for QA. Milestone builds that have been submitted without prior QA testing. When QA is assigned to feature teamwork, tasks can be pushed aside for high priority requests. Oftentimes, it can be one-off investigations that have resulted in refinding a duplicate issue as investigations was triggered on an outdated build. I mentioned this shit before. Again, consistent, and director man was a big part of this shit. Big part of this shit. Wasting our fucking time doing this shit. Oh, I was on the wrong build. Yeah, you fucking idiot. Yes, you fucking were. The problems continue. QA was not represented in Leeds meeting until Latin American retail release was on the horizon, which was me getting shoehorned into the fucking Leeds meeting, which didn't fucking matter because that turned to some other fucking bullshit. And then the managers meeting was fucking created that I wasn't invited to. QA department priorities often asked to be put aside. Regressions, I should have put, are a QA department priority. If a request is considered a higher priority, I shouldn't put is a, but if requests is considered a higher priority, it trumps all of QA's priorities. I messed up on that one. I'm not going to lie, I didn't like writing this shit. This extends to feature work, test cases, test plans, creations, ad hoc, field testing, progression. When QA department priority work is incomplete, QA has been accused of not working. Can't finish our work while we're helping others with theirs. Plain and fucking simple. Can't do my job if I'm doing 3 other jobs or helping with 3 other jobs. It just doesn't fucking work that way. Lack of overall support from leadership. Debugged often used to find bugs that QA should have found. Again, creator man, always on fucking debug mode. I found this using. They're not legit. That's literally QA 101. You use it to test little small incremental things. You don't use it to test the actual product. And if by chance it produces a bug while you're using the QA debug stuff, you take it off and you repeat it again and see if you can do it without it. That's how you know it's fucking legit. Never fucking followed, even though we fucking told them for years to stop doing that particular fucking thing. Often asked to investigate bugs with no information. Again, a thing that creator man fucking did all the fucking time. Fucking idiot. The term testing is often used when only a basic check is being performed. Manner of statement that often insinuates QA should have performed or been performing said test cases already. We were in so many fucking meetings when people were, well, I tested it. No, you didn't fucking test it. You were playing the fucking game and you made a fucking observation. Because had you tested it, there'd be fucking information on it. You would know specifically what the fuck you were doing. But yet none of you could ever just fucking take a screenshot or fucking or get screen recordings. Android and Apple both. All you have to do is swipe down on the fucking screen and you see a button for the screen recording. You can record a fucking thing right there, then upload it via the same fucking test phone onto Slack. QA did that all the time. Multiple people who helped us did that all the time. And if a video was too much, power button, either the down volume or the up volume, depending on what phone you had, takes a screenshot. Could have posted that too. We never got this shit from anybody in the directors that told us that they were testing shit. So you weren't testing nada. Absolutely fucking nothing. But yeah, that didn't stop you from fucking saying that you did. Problems continued even more so. QA set and reset to last on the priority list when requesting additional staffing. Extended to devices. Took 2.5 years for lead to have adequate basic equipment. 6 months wait on average for basic equipment for new hires. Constantly told other departments are testing, but testing is performed on old builds and with the use of debug tool that can produce false positives that QA will be told to investigate. This continued. This was something that went on until the last day we were all there. In summary, we are an embedded QA department, but are consistently treated like we don't work here and often interacted with like we are a third-party company. This treatment doesn't extend throughout the whole company, but doesn't exclude those in power positions, including the director group. Because that's how it was. That's how it was. We had allies. We had friends. We had people who supported us and we supported them. There were people that we were cool with because we worked with each other very, very well. But when it came to the fucks on top, nothing but fucking disrespect at all fucking times. And now you'll see them on LinkedIn trying to fucking tell people, oh yeah, you were great to work with. You were this, you were that. Yeah, they say that shit out on fucking LinkedIn. Not one single compliment to those same people were ever fucking told while we worked at the fucking company. Not one. It was always dismissals and arguments and put downs and disrespect and all that shit other than encouraging and just support. That shit never fucking happened. But now that you fuckers see yourself on the same fucking dock that we are as you saw your fucking boat leave to the ocean, now you want to be fucking nice. Now you want to fucking make it seem like you supported us the whole time when you fucks didn't. The ball skin tag never fucking shared a genuine nice compliment to anybody. unless he was trying to cover his ass for the dumb shit he was already doing. Creator man never fucking did any of that. Period. Always fucking throwing his 2 cents on shit nobody has his fucking opinion about. Making more fucking work. Now, when it comes to story, man, I'll give him his due props. When it comes to his work, he was on top of his shit. I ain't gonna fucking take that away from him. Like I said, I can separate what I feel personally from professional. The first two, no respect for them on a personal level. No respect. Fuck hell, no respect at a professional level. But at a professional level, story, man, like I said, when it came to his work, he was about it. But when it came to him supporting his team, nah, he was just as bad as the other ones. Straight out. And maybe you don't fucking think so, but I'm telling you right here, and I got no fucking reason to lie, you weren't fucking supportive. I was in the fucking lead meeting since fucking September. I heard everything you fucking said. I heard all the bitching and complaining and all the fucking bus throwing that you fucking made towards your designers under your watch. Constantly questioning their commitment to the project. Constantly questioning their commitment to work. Constantly second guessing decisions that were agreed upon when shit didn't fucking work out, because instead of telling people like, hey, we need more time, no. And that's just the fucking facts. And again, if you want to fucking feel like some way about it, feel some way about it. Because I mean it in those fucking ways. Plain and fucking simple. I mean it in those fucking ways. All of you that were close to the director group never looked out for your teams. You always fucking place the director group's priorities and opinions over the fact that your team would say, hey, this is not possible. We can't do it. We're already fucking stressed. No. You put their wants over the needs of your team. And for many of you, you earned your spot to be at a certain spot, and that's fine. But when it comes to you watching over people, you should never be put in that position ever fucking again, because all of you fucking sucked at it. And I reiterate, I hope for you that have children, that your children never work for assholes the way that you assholes treated us. Period. Nobody deserves to be treated the way that you fucking treated us. I don't wish that on your kids. And then solutions. We would like our skill and expertise to be respected. It's understood that there are decisions to be made above our pay grade, but it should also be understood there is no team at NantGames with more experience in planning, testing, and releasing multi-billion-dollar generating releases than the QA team. Actionable items: respect QA's time, work alongside QA instead of giving directives, follow QA process when providing feedback, outline for feedback submissions, ignore for 2+ years. Again, I'm not fucking lying. I submitted this shit. This was something that was submitted. We were supposed to go through these things so we can discuss how we improve this stuff. Not a single thing. And I'm still not fucking done. And then we have department pay. Problems. We are the lowest paid department. I mentioned that several times. I didn't make it a fucking secret from anybody. Compared to equivalent positions in other departments, average discrepancy starts at 75%. I made it no fucking secret. I made 68 and some fucking change. Producer man was making roughly 3 times what I was making. My testers, and this will come up here. You'll see, let me just go through it. Feeling of no career path as QA manager is outpaid by entry-level positions in other departments. As a QA lead, I was outpaid by other leads. By associate producers, by people coming in. It was never touched. When I was made the QA manager, I was still being paid. I was still being outpaid by associates in other departments. And I'm not mad at them. Get your money. I'm not mad at anybody who was able to make their bag at this place, especially working for this fucking shithole. If you were able to make some just money, then make your shit. Everybody who was the actual talent deserved it and more. The people who didn't fucking deserve it were the fucking director group and anybody who was around them, because they sucked at their fucking job. So if you got yours, you got yours. Cool. But yeah, that's how it went. California-based company pays QA testers less than fast food workers in the state. In and out starts at 23 an hour. QA focus can be skewed at times due to real life worries about constant due to lack of pay and positive pay adjustment. I'm not trying to discourage people who work at In and Out, McDonald's, anybody. Like if you have one of those type of jobs, like a service job, hey man, God bless. Life bless. Because you have to deal with a lot of stuff. I'm never gonna try to smack it out. But why is it that my team was getting paid $19.34 an hour and never fucking touched? Never touched. On average, they were getting paid $19.34 an hour. And when shit hits, you can't afford to use your benefits. You can't afford to take time off. You can't afford. I couldn't afford it, and I was making more than my testers. On salary, according to my W-2s, I was making $33 an hour, and I could barely afford to live in California. And I lived in like the ghetto part of Anaheim. Like, I'm not going to front and say I live somewhere. I lived in the ghetto part of Anaheim when all this shit was going down. And I was making $33 an hour, and I could barely afford to live there. How do you expect anybody else to work on to live off of 1920, 1932 or whatever the fuck I said? It wasn't $20. Even at 20, how the fuck can you expect anybody to live off of $20 an hour? Well, the dumbasses on top are making 6 figs, making 150, 180 plus. I'm pretty sure some of those cats were breaking over 200 grand to just fuck up the game, to make stupid fucking decisions, to make stupid fucking choices, to not listen and support the actual fucking talent. Instead, they want to fucking insert themselves in there when all they had to fucking do was give us documentation and just provide feedback at the end of a week, end of 2 weeks, or however the fuck they want to do it. But to be constantly micromanaging people when you don't know what the fuck it actually takes to create these fucking things, crazy. And then the problems continue. No monetary respect at the start, no way to achieve monetary respect. Our pay never got touched. No sensation of work-life balance. Can't afford life while working, can't afford life in free time. How it goes. OT doesn't bridge the gap in pay and accelerates burnout, since even after OT, paycheck is smaller than those only needing to work 40 hours. I explained that. My team wasn't making shit. I wasn't making shit. And then, like I mentioned in my last episode, if I worked OT, that's me donating time because I don't make no fucking OT because I was salary. QA has experienced burnout during every milestone reached in development. I told Creator Man this. I told him. I straight fucking told him that my team is burnt out. I told him I'm burnt out. Not a single flying fuck was given. Feeling unwelcome for company gatherings. Now, at the summit, they booked us at the Hilton or some fucking fancy-ass hotel. Fancy-ish. Off the 405, right by the mall that's there in Culver City. When we get there, they say it's going to be $275 room deposit for the stay. Man, that took a large chunk of the money we had saved up so we can go out and eat with each other, go out and try to get some drinks with each other, just try to spend some time with each other. If it wasn't for one of my testers and her partner, like, hooking us up, we probably don't get that experience because none of us could really afford to go. I couldn't afford to go buy drinks for my team. They took care of it. Much love, much respect. Thank you. That was one of the best fucking, actually, that was the best fucking thing that I attended or was a part of my whole nearly 4 years. And that was that moment. But the company didn't seem to give a fuck. They didn't talk to us. They didn't give a fuck that we couldn't afford to pay that shit. But it is what it is. Lack of overall support from leadership, can't afford health plans, can't afford to use what some are forced to pay for. California, you must have health insurance. So you have to fucking pay for it. But once shit hits the fan, affording a deductible and office visit plus prescriptions is money you not intending to spend. That's gas money, that's survival money, that shit. We can't afford that shit. They didn't give a fuck. Lack of affording basic needs. This department is always in survival mode in our personal lives. All members are paid poverty rates for the areas they reside in. I lived in Orange County, like I said, in the ghetto part of Anaheim. Go look at the numbers. I'm not fucking making this shit up. Go look at the numbers. It takes 6 figs, low 6 figs, to be lower class in Orange County. Anything below that is considered poverty now. Like I said, I was making 68. Where the fuck do you think that fucking placed me? And we continue. New revenue share plan is further financial discrimination, further promotes separation between the haves and the have-nots of the company. There is no equality with the new plan. Now, you guys can read this and be ahead. I'm gonna tell y'all what I mean by this. So what I mean by this is that when I think all of us were told about this profit share plan or this revenue share plan, we were told, oh, it's going to be the greatest one. The company's being very generous with what they're trying to give us. You know, they're not even expecting all their money back and blah, 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 blah before they pay us. It's going to be, it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. And at the time, the old school, and when I mean old school, I mean like vanilla wow old school revenue share plan was at Blizzard. Everybody talked about that. You had QA guys, QA cats, QA gals making shit upwards of 10,000 plus on their bonuses. That's essentially what we were promised was going to be this plan. We were teased with this plan for over 3 years. And then when it finally comes out, it's a bullshit ass plan. It's now a profit sharing plan. The company has to recoup a lot of its losses or a lot of its investment up to a certain amount each quarter before it's considered to have a profitable quarter. And then at that, it's going to basically go all to the fucking top. If you were a director, a manager, a leader, all the above, you were going to get extra points. And then on top of that, your salary was going to be used to see how much you make. My team wasn't making shit. What fucking bonus were we going to get that wasn't fucking discriminatory? We all fucking put in long hours. Let's read what the fuck my plan for that shit was for it to be equal, right? There's no equality in the new plan. It's the plan I just fucking mentioned. An equal plan in my eyes was one pie. One pie. Every eligible employee gets an even slice of that pie. That to me would have been the fairest one of all. Plain and simple. I don't give a fuck if you've been here 1 year, because that was our kind of like our mandatory time for you to be eligible. I don't care if you've been here 5 years, 10 years, whatever. But if there was 40 of us, 50 of us, 60 of us, however big we would have gotten or however small we would have gone in, when we were able to generate some profit or some revenue and it was time to share, everybody at the table eats the same fucking size slice of pie. Now, I knew for some people, like these fucking dickhead directors, they think they deserve more because even though they don't do shit, they think they deserve everything. So I knew that was a little extreme of a plan. I understood all that shit, right? So I said, okay, cool. Let me do an equal with longevity. One pie, but eligible employees are sat at different tables depending on time served. Because when you were at fucking that shit felt like a fucking prison. So you were serving time there. Every person at a respective table eats the same slice. And what I mean by that is you had your 1 year table, your 2 year table, 3 year table, 4 year table, 5 year table. Once we slice up the pie, and I know it sounds like, oh, well, you just want. No, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't in the top of that table. I was like pretty much in the middle. I was okay sharing the same slice as everybody else that had put in the same amount of time that I did. I have no problem with that. None whatsoever. I knew some people were going to get more. I knew some people were going to save less or going to make less. But something like that does, if you see some benefit to being at a company, to me, that promotes longevity if you want to reach your 2 year, your 3 year, your 4 year, your 5 year, and so on and so forth. Right? Does it sound extreme? I don't fucking know. I don't think it fucking does. But then again, I actually care about people. I actually want to see people rise up. I actually want to see people get better. Not these fucks. And the current plan, which was kind of roughly given to us before it was made official, everybody complained about it, and they didn't seem to fucking care because this is the plan they went with. But they didn't seem to give a fuck. But this was the plan. Current plan punishes low-paid employees for existing. QA has no control over title and pay rate. I was doing the work of QA lead. And you know what? When it came down to the points, I would have got a point for being the manager. But when you include my salary, which hadn't been touched, I can't control that. But I'm being punished through this plan because the company refused to actually pay me and my team what we were worth. Plan will pay out higher for those already making more than the entire QA department. Like I said, producer man and a few others that I know of were making roughly 3 times what I was making. If you took my salary with the under 40K that the other two testers that I had in my report at any given time were making, together we were making about 136, 137K as a department. We were raking that in. There were people who were making more than that. Again, if you got your bag, get your bag. Get your bag. I ain't trying to take away nothing that y'all earned. We were just trying to get our own. That was it. Plan will pay out higher for those. I already said that. Bonuses can be weaponized for control, as promotions and raises are the main sources to increase bonus pay. All in control of the top 5% who are outlined to get the biggest bonus. Yeah. Tell me that doesn't fucking sound like something these fucks would do. Make up shit to write people up, especially somebody like me. Somebody who they knew I could do their fucking jobs easy. But they had all the fucking power to write me up, give me a warning, do whatever the fuck it is that they wanted to make sure that my slice of pie didn't get any fucking bigger. It happened to me at fucking Blizzard. That's probably a story for a different day, but I've seen it happen before. I had the experience. You and these fucks were worse than the people that caused problems at Blizzard. How can I not expect that to be a thing that would happen, that they would weaponize our bonuses against us? The new plan was set for them to keep control. And then in summary, the QA department is vastly underpaid. Having a job in this economy, especially one that has affected our industry over the last few years, is great. Doesn't change the fact QA entry pay hasn't increased since day one, while inflation rose 20+% across the nation in the last 3 years, while other entry level or similar lead positions in this company are paid vastly more. This has created the sentiment that QA is not a career path at NantGames NantGames respects or wants to foster long term. Yeah, how it is. Actionable items increase in pay, starting at 50% across the board. Equal share of revenue sharing pie. Allow for PTO. QA is often denied PTO under false pretenses. Convert and hire all QA as salaried employees. As I said, I was the only QA that was there as salary. My 2 reports that I was given at any given time were always hourly. It changes. It changes. It changes the options that you had either for health, for trying to go get your health checked, for just trying to take some time off, any of that. It all changes because supposedly, again, as salaried, but as you can see, it didn't fucking work out. I was supposed to get unlimited style PTO. When you work hourly, you have to accrue hours. You get, I think, like 2.25 hours for every 2 weeks of pay or something. So like it's like 4 or 5 hours for every month that you work. So you work 2 months, you get a little over a day. Your sick time in the state of California has to be given to you right up front for you to use, which I think is like 12 or 14 days. But it changes. I don't think we're asking for anything extreme. And this was the final closing thoughts. From NG1 to Mythwalker, it's been a path of conflicting emotions. I have a job, but it doesn't respect me in any capacity. It's been a difficult journey for QA, always having to squeeze every last bit of our sanity and health while getting nothing other than a paycheck in return. The passion for this project, our fellow supportive peers, and sorry, the passion for this project, our fellow supportive peers, and our would-be players is why we push so hard. But the journey has always felt that it will lead to a divide where QA will be directed to seek another path. It's the job. It's the job here, like it is everywhere else. Disappointing as the promised land for change is how the job was advertised. For context, for comment or context, please contact Moises It, QA manager. I think that's the last thing I fucking have. So then we'll just fucking put this up there. Now I'm already going on 3 hours, so I'm probably going to split this into two. Or I've already split it into the two. You're watching part two. This is where all you fucking directors and all you fucking would-be assholes who think that I'm throwing strays at you can go with your shit. You don't deserve no fucking sympathy. You don't deserve fucking nothing. You caused all of this to happen. You caused for NantGames to be shut down. You did this with your incompetence. Investor, man, if this ever fucking crosses your path, you hired the wrong fucking people to take care of your money and to properly invest into this endeavor. You yourself are to blame for this. You have more dollar than sense. If you don't know anything about the video game industry, why are you trying to be in it? I've heard stories about how you get angry because people took advantage of your money, your wealth, and everything else. Well, guess what? The Nepal hire that you have that is in control of this studio, not only this studio, but the other studio, never helped one single fucking bit. I heard you're fucking old school. I heard you don't like certain things. Ask homie to roll up his sleeves and how he presents you in the company. Ask him to take a certain type of test over a crazy weekend. See what you find. These other people that supposedly had all this fucking experience and everything else, you should have vetted them. You should have done your research. You're a fucking doctor. I will never take away anything from you in terms of the brains that you have, because you are a fucking doctor. You don't become a doctor by being stupid. But in terms of you with your money, oh my goodness. You done fucked that one up. The bald-headed fuck that you left directly in charge of the company? I don't know how your other investments and other people who screwed you over look. Man. This motherfucker took you over the fucking coals. He took your money. He wasn't worth anything. Whatever you paid him was 100% too fucking much because you could have left him in the streets. That dude robbed you. Whatever it is that you paid him, he robbed you. The other guy with the scraggly ass beard and that ugly ass fucking hair and that stupid ass fucking attitude, he wasn't fucking worth it. There's a reason why his follow up projects and his follow up designs failed beyond reproach. Because he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. The only reason, I'll repeat this shit, I'll look right in the fucking camera so you know why or who the fuck I'm talking to. The only reason why he had a fucking career in any capacity is because my PS3 team helped launch the product that made his fucking career. My team made sure that the quality of zombies was ready for prime time. And we did that in 6 weeks. But he took all the credit for that shit. And then everyone else there who never talked anything ill of them is because they wanted something else from you. They weren't trying to upset him because in a small capacity, we all assume that he talked to your Nepo hire and then he will talk to you and they'd be out of a job. So even if they wanted to help you, even if they wanted to look out for you, even if they cared about respecting your money, they weren't going to say nothing. Because they didn't want to be put on the shit list the way that I was put on the shit list for just doing my motherfucking job. You invested incorrectly. Incorrectly. And the people that you allowed to be in charge. And the HR lady that directly... And I want to make this perfectly clear. You know who the fuck you are because your name is on this. I'm going to make sure that your shit is not blurred out. You know who the fuck I'm talking to. Now, the lady that took care of my exit interview, hey, I got no beef with you. I got no beef with you. None whatsoever. You were very helpful in a tough situation, a very tough part for a lot of us. And having spoken to other people who were also affected by the closure of the gaming division of NantGames, I guess, since supposedly publishing is the new way of the future for y'all. Everybody had as good of an experience as they could have had considering the circumstances. Now the other one, you done fucked up with that one too. Now whether you care or not, you know what? I don't give a fuck. I don't work for you fucking no more. I don't give a fuck. But just know that you should learn how to read people better. You should know how to vet people better. And if you want to succeed in this industry as a whole, which, you know, at this point, I think your Nepo hire and the other two fuck faces that got let go, they fucked up your opportunity for that. Completely fucked up your opportunity for that. Now, if you think the esports thing is going to help you, and the way that the company is run is not. People want to get paid. People need to get paid. And they need to get paid on time. When it's taking 6 months, 9 months, a year plus to pay people, you're going to fail in this industry, especially if you don't do everything by yourself and you don't know what needs to be done. Which by the history, you don't know. And you hire the wrong people to get that shit done for you. But it's your money. Do as you will. Do as you please with it. It's not my beef. I mean, fuck do you lose? If you lose $400 million, which apparently you done lost with your president friend, new big beautiful bill bullshit. What really is that to you? It's a big number for you to lose. It's a number you could afford to lose. You still got a nice house. You're still a fucking doctor. You can still go eat steak at the most expensive steakhouses wherever it is that you want to fucking go. Just know that this is what went on. It's how it was. And then for anybody else that came in, it was what it was. Now, you feel like you caught a stray, you know what? If we speaking right now, feel free to hit me up. If we not speaking in any capacity and we never spoken in any capacity outside of a work event, it's not a fucking stray. It's an actual fucking bullet with your fucking name on it. And like I repeated many times over this whole thing, feel some way about it. If you want to handle, I'm pretty sure a lot of you can get my address from the HR people that you know, or some inside information from people who have access to my information. You can come see me in Kansas. Whether y'all want to jump me, by all means, come. You want to come one by one, whatever. We can handle this any fucking which way you want to fucking handle it. I'm not scared of nothing. If you think you're going to get a lawyer to come and say some stuff, I got First Amendment rights. I can say whatever the fuck I want. I'm not saying nothing that I don't have proof of. I'm not saying nothing that is a fucking lie. The receipts have been read and shown. Now, how you are in your personal life, I don't fucking know. I'm not over here fucking trying to have danger or anything befall you. I don't give a fuck about any of you that much to even think that much about you. I don't give a fuck. But what this is that you will not be a fucking insult and a stain to this industry any fucking longer. This is me trying to help others not make the mistake that Nat did in giving you a fucking opportunity to fuck their shit up too. Because the reason why we're closed is the same reason why other teams and other parts of this industry get closed down too. Because idiots like you make decisions, stupid decisions. And in the fucking end, who ends up suffering the most? The people who fucking work. The actual fucking talent. So much like a fucking explicit Yelp review, this is my fucking review of working with y'all and in this company. You guys fucking suck at your job. And as it is, I know the fucking reality of the fucking game. I know that at this point, at 43 years old, with the level of experience that I have, and especially after these videos come out, people are going to see me as more of a problem than a fucking asset. It is what it is. I've never disrespected anybody's money. I've never disrespected an opportunity that was given to me in this industry. Not fucking once. Have I failed as a lead? Have I ever failed as a person? Yeah, I can. And I'm man enough to admit that I failed twice. And just so, again, for full transparency where it is. I don't want to get too much into detail about the first time, but over at Treyarch with my old PS3 team, played a practical joke with one of my testers. It wasn't anything physical. I just fucked with this time a little bit. The team as a whole thought it was kind of funny. Wasn't funny to him. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. So after he got angry, I didn't fucking double down. Why are you getting angry? Well, it was just a joke. No, I didn't double down. I laughed a little bit. He got angry. You know what? I came up to him. I said, you know what, dude? I'm sorry. I apologize. My bad. And I changed. I changed to never do that shit to anybody else. I didn't fucking double down. I didn't fucking tell him to calm down. I didn't tell him, nah, man, come on, don't be so serious. No. I hurt somebody at that time. So I changed who I was so I wouldn't make him or any one of my other testers feel that way. And I was 3 years into the game at that point. And I understood that shit was wrong. For a lot of you fucks who say you got 20 plus years or 30 years in the industry and you keep doing the same shit over and over again, you don't deserve to be in this fucking industry no fucking more. Period. And the second time was at NantGames. After we hired, I want her to know, after we hired Tester Brava, shit was going on. Shit was going on and emotions were high. Certain things went certain ways and I didn't have her back. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. I hope you know who I'm talking to. I'm sorry I didn't have your back. I'm sorry. There's no apologizing like enough. I should have had your back. At that point in my career, I should have fucking known to have your back over anybody else in this fucking company. I should have known. I don't know what it was. I don't know what exactly drove me to be compelled to take the actions that I took. And for anybody wondering, it wasn't anything like super serious. Like I didn't scream at her or anything, but like I gave her a warning. You know what I'm saying? I gave her a verbal warning. Unwarranted. It's like I said, I just at that time shit was hot. Actions were taken. There was a certain I don't know what the fuck the vibe was, but you didn't deserve that. I know we've talked ever since. We've never had no beef. We've always talked, and since then I like to think that I had your back as much as I fucking could. Whenever the fuck you needed me, I like to think that I had your back as much as I could. But for that one moment in time, I'll admit I didn't have your back. I'm sorry for that. I'm truly sorry for that. I should have had your back all the time. And I think, I considering that we still talk to this day and we still really, we still talk in that way, I like to think that we're cool and I know that we're cool, but I just want to put myself out there that I fucked up when it came to everything that happened in that particular moment. I should have had your back full-heartedly. There never should have been any moment where you felt unsupported by me. And in that moment, I know for a fact that you felt unsupported by me. And I know that we've already, washed that and we squashed that and we continue to talk and we done shared some intimate details about our lives and from a personal level to a professional level and everything else in between. And we've supported each other through everything that we've talked about, including now that we find ourselves with no fucking job. And we support ourselves. But this is all full transparency right here. I fucked up. Those are the 2 times in my career that I fucked up. And I know I've said it and I'll say it again. I apologize. I'm so sorry that I ever made you feel unsupported. But for the rest of y'all, fuck all of you, man. The director group, all of you. The bald-headed fuck, the fucking bald-headed skin tag, fuck you. The scraggly-looking wannabe fucking creative director of this game, fuck you. Bumpy, the fucking nipple hire who was never fucking there, fuck you. HR lady who didn't fucking help and pushed everything that we were going through just so you can fucking hook up with the money and take care of them, fuck you. And for the rest of y'all who put those people over your team and made them feel unsupported, unwanted, uncared for, and everything else, fuck all of you. I have nothing nice to say about y'all. And if you feel like it's a fucking stray, it's not. I've seen you guys make a habit out of not supporting your team, out of making your teams feel like shit, making them feel that they weren't adequate enough, that they weren't doing a good enough job when everybody was fucking stressing out at every fucking given time. And then for you guys to take all that shit to fucking meetings and just constantly complain about them. Oh, well, this person said no, and then this person fought back, and then I told this person 3 months ago that this should have happened, and it was a problem back then, so we just let it go, and now it's a bigger issue, and I had tried to warn them. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. When your team is over here telling you that we're fucking struggling, when your teams are out here saying, hey, we need time, we need support, we need these tools and everything else, and all you can fucking do is just push a fucking false narrative and have them follow it, or they become the problem, they get fucking shit talked in another fucking meeting, fuck you. I was there. I was in those fucking meetings. If you're wondering why nobody is fucking writing you guys recommendations or even trying to holler at you now that you're trying to holler at them about possibly making another game or going somewhere else and working together, that's the reason why. Because they don't fucking like you. How do I know about any of this? I'm not in any of those fucking channels, right? Just saying. I'm not making this shit up. And then I see you motherfuckers on LinkedIn trying to fucking ride Rex and doing all this fucking fake ass complimentary bullshit to people that you disrespected and disregarded when you worked with them. I was there. I saw the disrespect. I heard the disrespect. People were reporting back to me to see what was up with me because they heard shit about me. Like I said, it happened. Y'all can't fucking deny that shit. So fuck every single last one fucking bit of you. Some of you, like I said, anybody who was close to the director group but wasn't exactly a director, you got some skills. I'm not gonna fucking take that away from y'all. Why would I do that? It's not my style. You obviously have some skills. I've seen some of those skills at work, and you know what? I respect those skills. But y'all should never be put in charge of people. You guys should never be in no leadership position, no managerial position, because you guys fucking suck at it. Go be a senior in your discipline. That's where you're better suited. Actually working on stuff. Because taking care of people is not in your fucking strong suit. The last nearly 4 years has proven that. And for all you fucking directors, including the fucking HR lady, y'all don't deserve to be in this industry in any fucking capacity. Y'all don't deserve your fucking position. Y'all didn't deserve the fucking money you made. None of that shit. You guys are nothing but fucking parasites. You take other people's joy of life. You make them feel inferior. You make them feel unwanted. You make them feel like they're nothing. People like you don't deserve to be in any fucking industry. Much less one where we're supposed to create joy and happiness and expression. To be creative. To make the world a better place. Now, if I'm making too much about the video game industry, that's what it was for me growing up. And to see you guys just fucking destroy that for a lot of people and make this the worst fucking place that any of us had worked. I've been in this industry damn near, I've been here 20 years. I've worked for some bad company and some bad people. And like I had mentioned before, the bar for all of that shit was extremely fucking low. How the fuck you guys can even get lower than the lowest bar I can fucking possibly think of? Wow, it's nothing literally short of amazing. But amazing for all the fucking wrong reasons. Y'all should never ever be given an opportunity. Ever again in this industry. Ever. Ever. Not even as a senior, nothing. Should never be given another fucking chance in this fucking industry. But as I said, as this industry goes, y'all will probably have a new job before many of us. I know a lot of you will have a new job before I even fucking get a new job in the industry, especially after these videos, because now I'm the problem. Fuck whatever was done to me, done to my team, what I witnessed, and now that I'm out speaking on it, I'm the problem. That's how this industry goes. It's fine. What can I say? But if this is my last hurrah in the industry and this is the last time that I work for anybody in the industry, don't say I didn't warn you. Don't say that there wasn't a reference, that you didn't know how these people were going to behave, what these people are capable of, and all the negative terms. I'm giving the whole industry a fucking warning. I can't speak on the layoffs that Microsoft had. I can't speak on the layoffs Meta, Google, or any other company is having. Dreamhaven just announced they're having to let go of a lot of people. I can't speak on any of that because I'm not there. I'm not egging anybody else to do the same because as I've kind of touched around, I don't think this is going to be healthy for my career. But I worked retail. I've moved boxes in warehouses. I've done a lot of face-to-face customer service stuff, whether it was at a Cirque du Soleil concession stand, being a cashier at a market, or having to just do door-to-door sales. I've done it. And if I have to do it again, I'll do it again. I don't want to do it again. My hope is that I would be able to catch hold of a project where they actually respect what I've done, respect what I do, and I can help them create success like I've helped create success in so many other different places. Because I got the resume to prove it. I got the experience to prove it. I got the acumen to prove it. If any of y'all ever want to go bar for bar, like I said, y'all can't even fucking touch me. I've helped generate billions in this company. Y'all lost fucking millions and possibly blew the greatest fucking chance that we had ever in any one of our careers. You fucking blew it. You fumbled this bag so fucking bad that if it was a NFL football play, it would be worse than the fucking Mark Sanchez butt fumble. You all fumbled this shit so fucking terribly with your ineptitude, your wannabe fucking I'm the manager, micromanager bullshit, knowing what was good, terrible fucking planning, no fucking discussion having, ignoring feedback. Like the postmortems, what happened with that? We're supposed to review them as a team, as a squad, as a peoples. Well, what happened with that is after we submitted them, about 2 months later, WBD said, "Oh, I read them over the weekend, and yeah, that was tough to read. You know, some of that stuff really hit. You know, where it hurt." Throwing a fucking pity party like he's not the fucking problem. The fuck? Somehow he's the victim. Somehow we're the bullies in that situation because we're speaking our truths. We never reviewed them. He literally moped in front of us like a little fucking child. And then when people will try to infer to him, like, hey, this is the perception. Oh, it's just a position to have. People don't like the power. People don't like me. No. If there's any misconception of why you weren't liked, it wasn't your position. It's because you're a terrible human being. That's the reason why people don't fucking like you, don't fucking respect you, because you're a terrible human being. If you want to feel some way about it, there's a fucking message right behind me all the time. And if you want to fucking bring it over here, go for it. Go for it. You think I haven't fucking planned for every fucking... That's what I do. That's what I do. I know the potentials of where this might fucking lead. I know the potentials of what actions you guys might be capable of fucking doing. It's what I do. I didn't do this thinking, oh, I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want. These guys... It's what I do. I already have scenarios playing in my head. I already know how... Not necessarily how I can beat any of this if it gets to a scenario like that, but I have a scenario in my head. Okay, cool. We'll handle it this way. We'll handle it. I have plans in my head. It's what the fuck I do. And if you guys want to fucking take it gangster, we can take it gangster. Like I said, calm down. Calm down. Any fucking which way. You don't want to fucking jump me, you can try. You don't want to fucking take this one-on-one, man-on-man, which I know is not your style because you all fucking bitches. You can come and get these hands, homie. They rated for everyone. By all means. By all means, please. Not scared of any of you. I don't know if 100 men can beat a gorilla or if a gorilla can beat one. I'll tell you one thing. None of you fuckers can beat me. Not straight up. Not even in a fucking group. You guys create the most toxic fucking place I've ever been a fucking part of. And how the fuck do you do that on a remote job? You know how fucking toxic and slimy and just a terrible fucking person you have to be to make somebody hate the place that they fucking live in? To make people not want to wake up to clock in for a remote job? That's crazy. That you're able to create so much stress in a remote job. People who don't even have to fucking see you are stressed out by you. Don't want to work with you. Don't want to interact with you one single fucking bit. Y'all created that shit. Y'all killed this fucking chance. You fumbled this bag. We didn't do anything but try to make it happen. I know there's one other cat that I hope doesn't feel like he caught a stray. So there was 2 people who gave me a ride from the Festival of Books in 2024. I know one of them is not going to think I gave him a stray, but the other person who gave me one, we had a nice conversation about life as you gave me a ride to the metro station. And I want to say, no, none of this was really directed at you. I mean, you happen to be employed, but none of this was directed at you because I knew you weren't the ones making the decisions. We talked about that. We talked about the waste of money that came from WBD's fucking stupid ass planning and his lack of fucking experience, wasting money on servers. None of this was directed at you. It's the people who directly worked with us and the person who was supposed to that didn't. All of you. You're terrible fucking people. You shouldn't even be a greeter at Walmart. You should be working the back room in some fucking away from people. Like, I don't even know where the fuck y'all can work. Start collecting cans. I don't fucking know. Because none of you deserve to be around people. None of you deserve to work around people. None of you deserve to even have people work for you in any fucking capacity. Because they're all fucking terrible people. And it's been 3 hours, so this is a 2-part special. Yeah, no music. I didn't come in with no music. I'm not leaving with no music. Kind of just is what it is. As I said, this is the last one unless something else happens. I got no fucking problem coming back on this bitch and, you know, and saying my piece again. As you can tell, I got no fucking problem talking. I've been talking for the last 3+ hours. I got no fucking problem talking about this. But I don't want to talk about this no more. Once I edit this and put it out there, I'm done. I'm done with this part of my life. I'm done with this fucking situation. I'm going to go back to making shit that I actually enjoy to make, that I like making, that is fun for me to make. These here, they weren't fun. Having to repeat the disrespect that you gave to us. This is not fun. But it needed to be said. Like I said, if this is the last gig that I ever get in video games because of the videos that I make, then so be it. I know the potential price I pay for this. But I love this industry. This has been the industry of my passion. This has been the industry of my love. This industry helped make me who I am. This industry gave me dreams and ambition. And throughout it all, I was able to support a family in this industry. Be able to go to many shows, many exhibits, interact at many different events that were just really highlights of my life. I was able to take my kid and my wife to different places around this nation because of this industry. And I'll never ever be mad at the industry because we got foul people in it. But because I love this industry so much, it's my job to call out the bad players. It's my job to warn others. Because I love it. Because when you love something, you fucking take care of it. And I'm here trying to take care as much as I can of this industry because that's how much I love it. Sacrificing my career possibly right here, right now to warn others to not fuck with you in any capacity. Now, if people don't want to heed, that's on y'all. I'm letting you know. And that's the best I can do. So yeah, that was episode 23 of the Mo Banter podcast. Again, I'm gonna just repeat this. It's the last one I want to do on this. I miss doing these episodes with my boy. When we talk about StarCraft and football and other things. When I had him here with me and everything, kind of just it felt more fun. It felt more positive, and that's what I'm trying to put out there: more positivity. But sometimes you gotta call out the bullshit and put it out there. When you call out the bullshit, it's not pretty, it's not nice, but for me, this had to be done. I had to purge all these fucking demons and all this fucking evil from within me, and I'm done. I'm done. Again, I know I never had any real consistent watches when it comes to this. I'm not that interesting of a person, and I fucking completely understand that. I don't know. Maybe in 3 years when my son is done with with school, maybe we get back to it because I really did have fun, making stuff with him, and so maybe we come back to it. But in the meantime, I don't mind making this a community style podcast. I don't always have to film. But if you have any questions about the industry or want my opinion on certain things, feel free to ask me anything at mobanterpodcast.com. That's MOEPODCAST. Sorry, I got that shit completely wrong. It's Mo Banter Podcast. MOEBANTERPODCAST @gmail.com. You can ask me anything. I won't answer everything, but the things that I will answer, I'll answer as honestly as I can. I would like to keep it as positive as possible, but again, when you're out here calling stuff out or you're talking about certain things, that's not always a possibility. But I would like to be in a more helpful kind of situation, or at least be able to provide more positive, uplifting kind of interactions with people. And feel free. If not, like I said, I got ideas for other stuff. There's other things I've been wanting to do, stuff that I've been doing, stuff that I want to continue doing, even if it doesn't really lead anywhere. It's just more fun to do. And now that I ain't got a job, I got time. So, you know, I'm not gonna fucking be all fucking upset that I ain't got this one job that was causing me headaches and gave me a fucking kidney stone and made me work through COVID twice and just gave me so much fucking stress and everything. I was like, what the fuck for? It's done. It's a wrap. So, I'll continue doing my things. And like I said, I don't know what the future holds for me. And this might have just, killed everything. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm willing to fucking die for what I believe in when it comes to the treatment of people in this industry. And if by chance you hear this and it feels very equal to what you've experienced in your jobs, it doesn't have to necessarily be in this industry. I know this treatment goes throughout. Know that it gets seen. Take some solace in knowing that, it might get spoken up about. But I see you all on TikTok, and I don't have a TikTok account, but your reels be passing through Instagram. You quitting your jobs, y'all talking, shit and all this other stuff. That's life's work to try to make this planet and this life the most beautiful one that we got. And the best you can do is warn people and tell people about what you see. And that's how it goes. But yeah, I don't know when episode 24 is going to drop. If you're all interested, drop a comment. Like I said, y'all can reach me at moebanterpodcast.com. MOEBANTERPODCAST We can just chat. I'll be streaming some games. I've been playing with my nephew a little bit just to be more positive and uplifting and just overall just better experience, right? But in the meantime, please, if y'all can, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, look out for one another as best you can. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to sacrifice everything for the people that you care for, people that you respect. But like I said, a good morning, a good night, a how you doing, a thank you, you're welcome, a my bad when you make a mistake, or just admitting to the mistakes that you've made and not making feel other people feel like they're overreacting to shit. Small changes make big changes in the world, man. And just having a positive spin on stuff and making sure that people don't feel a way about it is where we can all start. So just treat each other right, man. Like Jerry Springer used to say, take care of take care of yourselves and each other. And yeah. So with that, it's gonna be a wrap for episode 23. No music this time. I didn't I didn't want really anybody associated with this long ass tirade of explicit, exploit explicitive words and curse words and stuff like that. And yeah, peace out, y'all. Take care of each other. Have a good night, and hope to see y'all pretty soon with some more positive content. But until then, peace out. Nothing but love and respect. Bye. Wait. Don't leave yet. There's a little bit more. Hey, what is going on? It is 9/9/25. What's going on, everybody? This is Mo. Yeah, so I know in the beginning of episode 23, I said I didn't want to make a 4-hour video. Still don't. Ended up being about 3 hours long. And, I posted part one. Part one's already gained some reactions. Going into my LinkedIn, I noticed, there's certain individuals that went creeping on my profile. By all means, that's cool. I said what I said, and I meant every single word of it. Now, if you go creepy and you haven't confronted me yet, that's on you. My comments in LinkedIn are public. My postings are public. My YouTube video is public. I don't restrict nothing because I believe with my chest, my whole chest, in what I'm saying. Now, if you feel some way about it, by all means, as I mentioned at the ending of this of part 2, come at me. Please tell me where I'm incorrect. Please tell me where I am wrong and recalling my experience there. My experience with y'all. Please. If I'm incorrect, by all means. I said what I said, and I meant every single last bit of it. Some of you, I respect the work that you've done. I still fully feel wholeheartedly that all of you should not be in charge of people. Some of you more so than others. Some of you I can kind of see. But in the end of everything, every single one of you were complacent in the environment that was created at NantGames. Every single last one of you. Out of most of the people there, y'all had the power to try and stop it. Y'all had the position to try and put a halt to the hostility, the disrespect, and not only that, y'all contributed to it. And I will repeat that because it's true. If I'm incorrect in anything that I'm saying, please, if you see this on LinkedIn, comment. Don't come in my DMs and try to keep it private. Nah. Y'all created that environment at work. And now that you find yourselves not there anymore, and you find yourselves with the commoners, you want to do damage control. I'm even going to try not to cuss in this part of it, just to show y'all that I can do that, just to show you how serious I am, that the rage and everything else is pretty much gone because I've said what I said. I've expelled my demons when it comes to that place. Because my job, my duty to the people I respected, my peers, was to call it out so it doesn't happen anywhere else. Industry-wide, similar stuff is happening. Industry-wide, people like you are put in power when you should not be. And because of that, people like me and my peers find ourselves without a job and struggling. If some of you knew about the closures, which, let's keep it 100, with how it worked out, there is no way many of you didn't know this was happening. If you were really trying to be a good person and you knew, you could have easily just told people little by little, hey, hush, hush, just don't do any work. Like, please keep this hush, hush. Now, if it got out, it got out. The only extreme part of my takes is that I care about the people that I worked with. Had I known, I would have called it out. Had I known, I would have given my team ample time to prepare for this day, for this time. Because after 20 years in the industry, I've been through this many times. I've seen it happen to people I care about many times. Enough is enough. I would have given them time to warn. And if it got out, it got out. What are they going to do at that point? Keeping it secret only hurt the talent, your reports, the group. That's all it did. All because most of you, if not all of you, who knew this was going to happen only cared about yourselves. As a leader, as a manager, as a studio head, that is the incorrect way to treat people. That is the incorrect way to deal with such an event that's going to affect everybody's lives. But y'all thought you were safe. Y'all thought, well, it's not me that's going to happen. And now that it is y'all, here you are scrambling, trying to act like you guys never did nothing. Come at me. Take it as a challenge. Take it aggressive if y'all like. Come at me. Like I said, my comment section and everywhere where I post this, whether it's on X, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and wherever it may go, if it's from me, are wide open. Call me out on my false narrative. Call me out. As I've mentioned many times, outside of what I just showed, outside of what I displayed and talked about, there are many more recollections that I was witness to, that I was there for. I was there to hear the disrespect. I was there to see the blame shifting. I was there to witness it firsthand. And y'all did nothing for years. For years did nothing because y'all were worried about your own job. That is not our job as leaders. That is not our job as managers. When we are entrusted with the well-being of a group, we need to ensure that they are being taken care of. We are not the first priority when it comes to our teams. The captain goes down with the ship. Those are the rules. You make sure your crew gets on that life raft. You make sure they're prepared to reach shore, to not freeze in the cold ocean water. That's what we're there for. I'm not spreading any falsehoods. I'm not spreading any lies. Everything I have said, I have proof, I have recollections. You want to challenge me on it? Challenge me on it. As I mentioned, my comment section is wide open for that. But y'all ain't got nothing. Because whatever you might have, I have stories that tell a different side of that tale. I have stories of disrespect, of blame shifting, of being unsupportive. And you already know that. That's why y'all creep on my LinkedIn profile. That's why y'all are creeping. So at this point, don't come into my DMs, because I promise you, and I say it right here, you come into my DMs, I will make another video. I want to be done with this. That was my experience, and y'all are to blame for it. My experience is not just to me. My experience goes across the whole company of the talent that was there. Because every single one of them was disrespected and y'all did nothing. Especially towards the tail end. How many people quit because of how toxic it became and it was allowed to be that way? How many good people did we lose because they felt unsupported? How many people did you mock in meetings? I was there. I'm not making any of this up. anytime y'all want to come at me to correct me or to correct any lies that I might be spreading here, which I am spreading none, come at me. My comment section is wide open at any given time. If we want to make this a text-based adventure, we can make it a text-based adventure. Because y'all contributed to the most toxic environment I have ever been a part of in the 20 years I've been in this industry. The most toxic. But yet some of you want to creep. Creep away. But y'all ain't coming at me because y'all nothing but a bunch of cowards, period. And however you want to come at me, as I mentioned already, I've planned for this because I knew this day was coming. I knew this moment was coming. And like I said, most of you did too. There's no way a lot of you didn't. But because you thought y'all were safe, silence. And now, all of a sudden, you want to act like you respected us. You want to act like y'all weren't talking nonsense behind our back. I was there in those meetings, watching my fellow coworkers get blamed for decisions they had no fucking commitment to make. Y'all made those commitments. And then placed all that responsibility on your teams. Even though we were all stacked with work. I myself, for over 2 years, laid out a plan where we would have more time so we can polish the game, so we can actually put out a quality product, because I know how to do that. I've done it my whole career. Ignored every single step of the way, even though we called out handsets not being supported. How the handsets that were supported were no longer being supported the more we stacked into this game. I created plans, schedules for actual agile work. Not whatever bastardization of the implementation that y'all put in there. Where literally we got no break. Sometimes we were even double stacking sprints. Double stacking work on features. Double stacking on everything. If not so, why did we acquire so much tech debt that we never went back and fixed? And then at the end, to the very end, for those of you who knew, y'all were pretending like we had another patch. We literally got fired the day before we were supposed to release our most recent patch. But yet, leading up to that day, y'all were still, well, in 2026, we're going to do this. In October, we're going to do this. In November, we're going to do this. We're going to do this, and that. Some of you knew. And that's how you approached it. Because all you cared about was yourselves. The position that you had, the money that you were making, the job that you had. Don't pretend now like you cared about us. Don't pretend now like y'all weren't complicit and complacent and contributed to the toxic environment that was NantGames. Y'all had more than enough position to stand up for your people. Y'all had more than enough clout in your positions to bring up real concerns. But no, since you were only thinking about yourselves and your jobs, you never helped your teams. Not one bit. Not one single bit. And it is what it is at this point. Y'all disrespected me. Y'all disrespected my team. Y'all disrespected the people that I care about, my coworkers, the people that we went to battle with, the people that we grinded with, the people that we gritted it with. You all knew. All of you knew and made excuses, were apologetic to the wrong person, trying to make us understand. And if that is not the case, as I've mentioned already, my comment section is wide open. Correct me. Present whatever falsehoods you think that you're hearing coming out of my mouth. I have no reason to lie. And all the videos I've made on this topic, I've mentioned where I failed. I've mentioned what I contributed to, because that's the truth. I didn't go through this whole thing saying that I'm innocent. You can go through every single video. I mentioned the mistakes that I've made. I mentioned the way that I reacted. I mentioned all of that. If y'all have some accusations or some things you can say about me and see how he likes it, by all means. By all means. My comment section is open, but y'all not going to like the answers, because whatever it is that y'all have against me is a reaction to your guys' inactions, to the disrespect, to the contribution of that disrespect that you put upon all of us. By all means, come at me. I'm not lying. I have no reason to lie at this point. I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in the last video. I'll say it here again. I know that I most likely put the final nail in the coffin that was my 20-year career. Because at this point, I'm too old for anybody to really want to mess with in this sector of the industry. Y'all didn't respect us at Nat. People like me that are in my discipline are getting fired all the time to be replaced by AI. At this point, being like this, being outspoken, being truthful of the bad experience, the terrible experience that I had there, along with many others, people like you run other companies. And seeing the way that y'all are reacting by creeping through my LinkedIn profile, nobody wants to mess with that. Nobody wants to take accountability for their actions. Nobody wants to say, yeah, I was responsible for this. So instead of apologizing for the atrocities that y'all committed, you try to excuse them away. If I'm false in saying that, as mentioned many, many, many times over, my comment section is wide open. Don't come into my DMs. You've been warned. Do not come into my DMs. Because I will make another video on the subject if I have to. I have no reason to lie whatsoever. None. I'm not doing this for clout. I'm not doing it for anything else other than to give the others that you affect that peace of mind that your behavior will not be called out, because this is what I do. I've done this for as long as I've been working. I look out for the people that I work with. I look out for the people that I care for. I look out for the people I respect. If I pay the price, then I pay the price. If that means I no longer get to stay in this industry following the career that I love, my passion, then so be it. That is the price I am willing to pay. If I got to go move boxes, go work at a McDonald's, go work at a convenience store, do whatever I have to do to put food on the table and keep a roof over my head, then that's what I'll do. I'm not scared of it. It was great to have a career of passion for 20 years. I've been blessed to have this career. The experiences that I got with my family due to this, all across my nieces, my nephew, my wife, my kid, everybody. It wasn't all terrible, but this experience was horrific. While here, I got a kidney stone at the age of 39, going to 40. I got a kidney stone working here because of all the stress I had to endure. I had to work through COVID twice. Even mentioning that, no concern whatsoever. As leaders, I got bit by a dog and couldn't go see a doctor for a week. Who cared, right? I even mentioned that me and my team were burnt to a crisp multiple times. It was shrugged off and we were told to keep working. That actually happened. Under your watch. So at any time you want to correct anything that you think what I said is false, my comments are open. We can do it. But as I said, I was there to witness the disrespect. I was there to see the blame shifting. I was there as you guys took no accountability for your bad planning, your bad actions, and anything else that might have contributed to the failures that we were having. Not wanting to adjust properly timeframes, always squeezing in more work that was planned. If not so, why did we have so many people in valuable positions quit? Getting pushed to the breaking point where they just said, you know what? I don't want to be here no more. As I said, don't come into my DMs, man. If y'all want to handle, we can handle. But we going to do it out in the open. The same way that y'all did your reports out in the open, the same way you did my team out in the open, regardless of what little niceties you might have thrown here and there, nah, your actions spoke louder than those false words. Because we constantly had to say, it's too much work. It can't be done. We don't have the resources. It didn't matter. We had to chug along. And if we didn't, If y'all were talking mess about your own reports, I can't even imagine what you were saying about me and my team behind our backs. I've heard you guys mock other department leads that weren't present in some of our meetings. I've heard you guys mock people who left because of the bad interactions that they had. Because y'all were just worried about yourselves. So if you want to come at me, come at me. Don't come into my DMs. I swear I'll blow you guys all up yet again. My comments are open whenever you want to go on there and argue with me about whatever lies you think I'm saying. Peace out.